What's up, everybody? James here. Welcome to the channel. I'm going to keep this intro short because this is actually going to be a submission to a challenge. And I thought, since part of the challenge is to record what you're doing, and it's all about building a website, I thought I should put it on my YouTube channel. So I'm going to be doing a challenge issued by Kevin Geary. Somebody asked him for some advice on how to hire a dev. He gave them some advice, and then he took that advice and turned it into a challenge. So let's take a look at said challenge. Here we go. So his advice that he gave was basically to pay them to build a landing page and make them record themselves and talk through what they're doing, which I think is great advice because you'll see what they can do. You'll literally watch them do something and you'll hear them talk through it. So you'll kind of hear what's going through their head, their thought process. And so I think it's good advice. There's some good discussion about it. And then he took this to the inner circle and turned it into a challenge. Basically, the challenge is do what the advice is. Pretend that you are that person and pick a website and go design it. Go develop it and record yourself. And then he's going to pick a winner. So that's what I'm going to do. I should have picked something before I started recording. So, but I didn't. I've never heard of this. So we're going to check that out. Lapa.ninja. Okay. The best landing page design inspiration. All right, cool. Do they give us assets? Can I pick the easiest? Please give me the easiest thing ever. Okay. Okay. What, video or is... Okay. Okay, this is an interesting page for sure. Hero section. Pretty easy. Oh. Okay. He said they want at least 3 sections. I don't think this counts as sections. I think that whole thing is probably a section. This looks like it could be a section. This looks like it could be a section. What is this? Does this do anything? So there's that weird clicky thing I probably won't do for the challenge, but we'll see. This would be an interesting use case for content grid, I think they call it, possibly. Yeah. Otherwise, this is a very interesting section. Just this sort of random block of text here. It's just one paragraph with a bunch of line break tags in it. One way to do it, I guess. I might do this one. I think I'm gonna do this one. Not entirely because it doesn't look that hard and I suck, but you know, also it just was the first one I clicked on and I kind of want to get started with this challenge. So yeah. All right. Let's bring this over here for a second. Which site do I want to destroy for this? Oh yeah, let's destroy this Elementor site that I was working on. Oh, show. Get this Elementor business off of my computer. Okay. Do I have PHP my admin enabled? Yes, I do. Good. Good. Check all. Bye-bye. All right. Bye, Elementor. I will not miss you. Site title. Kevin's challenge. James. Password. Don't tell anybody my password. James. All right. We got ourselves a website, folks. Oh no. Google has found that that's not a good password. Sure, let's save it for this. Stop it. All right. Ooh, I already have automatic CSS installed. Already have Etch installed. Just got to get my license keys and we will be ready to go. Hopefully this doesn't reveal it. Okay, good. And then automatic CSS. Which is weird because there's like 2 license keys in my account. For some reason, one of them never works and the other one works. I don't know what that's all about, but it'll be all right. Few licenses. Okay, here we go. I think it's... No, I don't want licenses. Gosh darn it. What do I want? Count. View details and downloads. There we go. All right, here's my 2 license keys. I think it's this one that works. Yep. All right, we are ready to go. Am I even sharing the right screen? Just want to make sure. Yes, I am. Okay. Home, baby. Let's make the homepage the homepage. All right, all right, all right. What is this? What is all that? Those posts? I don't have any posts. What was that? FAQs, authors, events, shops, patterns, themes. I don't even know what that is, man. Huh. Whatever. Edit with Etch. Let's get going. All right. I'll refresh y'all's memory if I can find it. Oh boy. Here we go. What was that called? Snappa.ninja? Lapa.ninja. Okay. Here's the website. I thought it was somewhere else. My bad, my bad. All right. So here's what we are trying to recreate. And see if I can find my website. It's right there. Here we go. So I'm going to skip this weirdness and I'm just going to do this section, and this section. Hopefully we can easily just steal some images for this. Actually, I know we can with this little Chrome extension. Let's grab this. It's a GIF. Okay. Let's do, I don't know if I want to do the entire section. Yeah, let's not do the entire section. Okay, let's throw those in our media library real quick. real quick, like, what is that? Some kind of Dropbox icon? All right, got some of those images in here, and then there's no images in this section, and then let's grab these 4 images. So that would be this one, this one, this one, and this one. Download. Hello? There we go. I don't know what the deal was with that lag there. I wonder if, was that just a huge image file? These are certainly taking their sweet time. I mean, it's only 121 kilobytes. What is the deal, dude? Oh, I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm on Wi-Fi. Get on that Ethernet, man. I had the Ethernet plugged into the Xbox, so. All right, this should go much better now. Let's get these going. Yeah, there we go. Boom, boom. All right. That should be it, I think, for images. All right, so let's think about this. These are clickable, right? Okay, so these are clickable, so they're a post type. So we will create a post type. Looks like this is the portfolio, so we'll call that portfolio. And then are these also clickable? They are. What are these? Featured. So more portfolio, but these are featured. It's weird that they be at the bottom like that. You have to scroll to find the featured ones. So that's probably just the same post type, but with a tag, taxonomy called featured. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll create a custom post type. I think we can use, okay, what is this? This is a taxonomy, it looks like. Date. This is, okay, like related posts or whatever. So this is the main content. I don't know if I'm actually going to design or build this template because the challenge just wants 3 sections on the homepage. But I'm looking here to see what, if I'm going to create the post type, I'll create the proper, fields and whatnot. But I think we just need featured image, content, and call this an excerpt. What does it show here? Framer. Oh, featured are places where this guy was featured. So these are not part of the portfolio. So this would be a different post type. Okay. So the title for this post would be framer. And then I guess we have an excerpt. So I don't have to, I don't know. There's probably a reason to not use an excerpt and to create a separate custom field for it, but I'd like to create as few custom fields as I can. And so this feels like content, and this could be an excerpt. These are all paragraphs. There should be something on this page. What would the heading be? Would this be the heading? There John Howell was featured on Framer Gallery collection. I mean, that is what this page is about. This page is about John Howell being featured on the Framer Gallery. So I would probably make this the H1. It's a lot of text for a heading, but I think that's fine. Point of the heading is to tell Google and the viewer, what is this page about? Well, that's what it's about right there. So maybe, well, shoot. What if I make this the title of the post? This could be, it feels silly making it a taxonomy. But I could make a taxonomy, and this could be one of the terms. This would be a term, this would be a term, this would be a term. These would all be titles. I think that's what I'm going to do. And then this will be the content, of course. And then this is a featured image. Is this the same image that's on the front? Please say yes. Okay, it looks like it is. Yep. Easy peasy. Okay. But we're not even there yet. We're still up here. So these are the portfolio, Robinhood onboarding, brand experience design. So this is a taxonomy. This is the title. I don't know what this is. Another taxonomy. Some of these are case studies. Some of them are snapshots. So we could call that like project type. Except I also would call brand design project type. Maybe service rendered. Yeah, I'm going to call that service. So project type service. And this would be the title. Yep, it's the title. Featured image, content. What is this? Content. More content. Yeah. Good thing I'm not building out these single post templates. All right, let's actually do some stuff. Let's do some stuff. And I think, ooh, can we just use Etch for all of this? What did I say I was going to create earlier? Let's see. For this, we just need taxonomy. I don't know if we can create taxonomies in Etch yet. Where am I looking for? Content manager. Derp. Yeah. No taxonomies. Given that, I'm just going to install. You know what? I kind of want to install ACPT. They have a free version. I'm thinking about switching to them anyways. And what better time to test out a brand new plugin than when you are trying to apply for a fake job. Fictitious job. Custom post types, ACPT Lite. Yes, I believe this is what I want. I'm going to try it. Scratch that. I'm not going to try it because Etch doesn't quite support it yet. You can use it, but you have to do some stuff. You have to go in and replace a file with a file they gave. Forget that. We'll just use advanced custom fields. Sorry, you were going to see something new and exciting. But we're just going to see boring old advanced custom fields. All right. Let's create a post type called, I hate calling a post type portfolio because that's not what each individual post is. Each post is not a portfolio. The portfolio is the collection of posts. So I'm not going to call it portfolio. I'm going to call it projects. Take that. Take that. All right. We do need, did we say we need an excerpt? I don't think we need an excerpt. I don't think we need any of this stuff. Just default. Taxonomy. We're going to call it project type. Save. Does anybody know what would happen if I didn't go into post types and then also associate with the taxonomy here? I always do. I've never been brave enough to just associate it in one and not the other. If anybody knows what would happen, let me know. What else did we want to do? We just did project type. We were going to do service. All right. So I'm going to bring this free puppies. Y'all saw that, right? It says free puppies up here. Okay. I'm going to bring this over on my other screen. So sorry. Okay. Let's create a project called Robin Hood Onboarding. And we'll just grab some content. Not all of it, just the first couple paragraphs of text. Featured image is this guy. That's a PNG, but we got... That's a video on... Oh, wait a minute. Ugh, okay. That's fine. The image on the... Okay, so you can see what I'm seeing. The image on the home page is just an image, but then it's a video. But again, I'm not building the template, so I don't really care. I just need a featured image to build out this front section. And this is the featured image, so we'll do that. What else do we got? Project type is snapshot. Service rendered was brand experience design. Yeah. There's little icons in here. It's literally like an emoji in the code. Oh, this is built with Framer. No wonder the code looks so terrible. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Since this is going to be dynamically rendered, I think the only way to do that is to save these little icons as a custom field. The icons are literally just an emoji. So I think I can create it just a custom field, just a text field, and just paste this emoji in it. To be fair, Kevin's original idea was to do this based on a Figma file, not a crappy Framer website. But he didn't provide us any Figma files. So this is what I'm working with. I wouldn't normally do this. But here we are. This is what we're doing. Field group. Project fields. I want to try just a text field. I'm not going to go... Do they even have an HTML field? Is that a thing? I thought they did. I'm just going to try text field. Field label. Dumb icon. No, this is for a job. We can't do that. We're just going to say project icon. Post type is equal to project. Save changes. Save changes. All right. Projects. Icon. Can I do it? All right. See how this works out. Let's go back to the home page. All right. We're going to call this, well, no, I'm not going to call it the hero section because that would be lying. I'm going to move my stuff around here. I don't like the way Kevin organizes his etch. But it's fine. That's why it's modular, because we can all do it however we want. I like my CSS over here because it's tall and cascading like I'm used to writing CSS, you know? I don't like it having here and being scrunchy. Although I think it is kind of nice having the HTML and the CSS right next to each other. You're going back and forth. But whatever. Section. We're going to call this portfolio section. Inside is a grid. Or should I just make the container the grid? This is one thing I don't know. WWKD, what would Kevin do? Would he add another div inside the container and make that div the grid? Or would he just make the container the grid? I've done it both ways. And I'm going to add a div inside the container. And I know I'm always complaining about there being too many divs, so I can get the irony here, but grid. Because this could be a component you drop somewhere. You could want to drop this portfolio grid somewhere other than this particular section, you know. So let's not make it a container. Inside the grid will be a flex div. Inside the flex div will be text and a heading and a text. And then an image. And that is it. Project type. Title. Service. Featured image. Okay. This card, we're going to bem that. And then I should probably just have done the whole thing. Yeah, I was afraid of that. It double bemmed. It double bemmed because I'm an idiot. All right. Okay, portfolio grid. We're just going to call this portfolio section. Portfolio section container. I am still getting the hang of BEM. We got classes. Let's do stuff. Can I just, is this just black? Yeah, this background is just black. And it appears to be, you're wondering, I just use this little color picker tool. Suppose you could also inspect the page, but I mean, it looks black and the whole thing is black. Therefore, I think I'm going to just go to my styles, main style sheet, and say HTML body background. Be a variable for that. I know there's a variable for white. There's probably a variable for black. Look at that. Cooking with gas. And this text color is, tell me it's just white. So I'm feeling lazy. What is this? Framer? Dude, Framer, come on. Disgusting code, dude. I can't even stand to look at that code. All right, here's our color, E5. This is a fun little extension called What Font. Tells you a bunch of information about the font. Is this the same color? It is the same color. And then this is, oh, it's the same color. Just less opaque. Doesn't tell me that, so it must be. That's one way to make a secondary text color. Is this the color? Dude, can you guys believe what I'm looking at here? Look at this variable. Do 6. Is that the color that I'm looking at right now? Nope, it didn't turn green. But if I do this, it does go away. Color? Okay, let's get rid of that. Oh, this is bad. Okay, now it turned purple, blue, so just regular links with no styling. I don't know, man. I don't know what that color is. I'm just going to make up a grayish color, because if this was a Figma file, I would know the exact color. I refuse to let Kevin judge me for not knowing what color this text is on a Framer website from another website that he recommended that we use. This is all Kevin's fault. But this I'm just going to call it white. We're going to do white text, some kind of gray text. Ooh, here we go. That's close. We'll maybe steal this and lighten it up to get that color. 3 Bs. 3 Bs. All right. Get this out of here. Let's see if I can remember how to use automatic CSS, eh? A? Oh, put it over here. Get over here. Palette. This is one thing I need to figure out. I don't know what base and neutral are supposed to be. Text, we're just doing text dark, so we're not using those main variables. Text dark. Here's the fun thing about automatic CSS. We can go to cheat sheet, variables, text colors. And we got these. So let's start off with text light on this middle one. Color -- text light. See what that happens. See what that does. Perfect. Ooh. Perfect. We're going to do the same thing for this text up here. And then text dark muted. Let's see what that looks like, yo. Nope. Arg. All right. There we go. If that's working, it is not showing up on that black background. It's light muted. You know what that's called? That's called close enough for government work. I might fix it later. Who knows? I probably will fix it. I'm applying for a job here, and even though I don't know what the real color is, I can put more effort into trying to make it look better. These are the only text colors I have to work with. So I think here's what we do. We go look at it. We just use the inspect tool. Oh, it's just white with the transparency, which honestly would probably be good if we could just somehow lower that percentage. But guess what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. And do that. And maybe even do that. Oh, oh, look at that. What do you guys think? Close-ish? This gray to that gray. It's good enough for an Elementor developer. All right. Let's see. And I'm going to use that extension again. So this is, oh, what font are we using? Copyright the Type Founders LLC. What? Copyright the Type Founders. Is that a real, like, I don't know what that means. Is that just something dumb? Did I just get punked? Not for desktop use, but this looks like code or something this looks like something that's not supposed to be in there. DBA Connery Fagan fonts. Huh. Weird. Weird. I don't know if I already forgot what that site was. Okay, found it. Yeah, they don't provide any assets or anything on this lapa.ninja. It's just a link to the website. So there's no, yeah. So I have no idea what that font is actually supposed to be. This other one is called KH Tekka Regular. Let's try it. How do I do this? Here we go. Upload. So it's KH Tekka. Which I think I can text font family KH Tekka. Do I do sans serif? Do I do that here? Let's try it. That is not working. Oh. Whew. Maybe if I click save, it'll work. Hey, imagine that. Clicking save works. All right. We got a lot of space going on here. I think that's just because it's a flex. It's a flex div and it's doing some automatic flexy flex stuff. So let's go to here and say gap, like just for 1 rem. That's even too much. All right, we got really tiny font. We're going 10 pixels, 20 pixels, 20 pixels. What does that mean in automatic CSS? Desktop base size, so that's just regular. That would make this one rem, right? So then I would do no, that's way too small. It's also the wrong font. Maybe that actually is the right size. It's just not the right font. So I don't know what that weird font is. So in light of that, let's just make it a little bit bigger. Not that big. Yeah, we'll do that. This. Okay. Okay. Wrap this in a div, change it to a figure. I don't know. Project figure. But then this is, let's go project card figure. This is project card featured image. Whatever. I don't even know if you have to do this. Does automatic CSS do this by default? I don't know. The image is full width. And is it square? No, it is not square. Is there any chance I can glean a aspect ratio from this code? I mean, the image is 19 by 10. That would be, yeah, I think that looks about, no, that doesn't. Because this is going to be, well, what if we do, what is it, 16 by 9 is the standard? Yeah, let's do that. That's going to look like what we want. Let's see, portfolio grid. That's going to be display grid. Oh, there's stuff for this now, right? Question mark grid 2 auto 2 tab? No. Question mark grid 2. But oh, grid. This is where I choose grid template columns. No, but then the question mark. I need to look up recipes. I'm not, this is not the time to figure out a new feature that just dropped like 2 days ago. What I want is grid auto 2. And let's duplicate this. Yeah. Content width is pretty much full width on theirs. There's just a little bit of a gutter on the left and right there, but Yeah, and it just it's full width. How do I do full width? Interesting. I don't even know how to do full width because I've never done it. I've never built a website with full width. I've always had some sort of container. How would I do that in ACSS? Well, since it sets the container width, what if I didn't put it in a container? That didn't work. Hmm. That's funny. That is funny. This is what I'm looking for. They had a is content width what I'm looking for? Is layout, centering, flexbox, centering? No. They had like a grid of all these safe areas. Or not safe areas, but like, I feel like it's not content width that I'm trying to think of. What's going to bother me? That's going to bother me. All right. What happens if we try to break it? What if I say my content width is 3,000 pixels? What happens? Nothing if you don't save. What does ACSS do? Okay. That's interesting. Because it's trying to be 3,000 pixels, but since it can't, it's going down to one column instead of two columns. Huh. Well, let's just assume everybody has a 1080p monitor. And if we stretch it out, it will not be full width, but I need to at some point figure out how to do a full width on with ACSS, and it's gonna drive me nuts because I know the answer. I just can't remember what it's called. I can't get content width out of my head, but somewhere in these docs is a graph with all these different areas in it that you can use, and I even used it to create a component. It's in here somewhere, man. But we're gonna move on. We're gonna make this dynamical. Close that for now. Let's see. It's the what do we want to wrap in the loop? The card. Wrap this in a loop, and it is I like to create a loop called post types, and I just reuse it for different post types. And what I do is I come here and I go post type. And then when I use this loop, I can just enter the post type that I want to loop through. Doesn't always work for every project like that, but we're going to try it. So post types, and then we go post type. And what did we call our post type? Just project, didn't we? Projects? We don't have to put that in quotes, do we? We do. All right. And we'll change this to project. And this was the title. Those are taxonomies. Feature image. Save. Let's go create another post type so we know what this looks like. Or another post. I think this is the issue that Kevin was talking about. And I thought he said automatic CSS fixes that issue. But I also think he said that there's a setting somewhere that you have to ACSS, replace color palette. Do you want to replace all default color option of these? Yes? No, I didn't do it. Post type. I don't even know what this. If you use a custom post type for blog posts. Oh. So this only applies to posts? Huh. Well, that is annoying. Oh well. Wow, that's bad. That is so bad. That is so bad that for now I'm going to turn it off. Because holy crap, dude. Oh, Doodooberg. Okay. This post doesn't have any text content. It's just a bunch of pictures. That's fine. Project type. This one is case study. Services, brand, design. The featured image is the GIF. None of these are moving though, so which one is it? All right. Cool. So we come to our loop and we say count like 6. Save. And then we wonder why this grid 2 is not working. It is working. Okay. Cool. What's up with my templates? I deleted the database, but these templates, they're like Gutenberg templates. Weird. Weird. Oh, idiot. I wasn't using the Etch theme. Okay. Here we go. Let's put our background back, and this is looking fairly decent. Fairly decent. Insert your text here because we need to update those taxonomies, but we got our heading coming through. Our font weight is off. Yeah. Okay. 16 pixels. Even though desktop base size. Oh, the size of your. 20. Which didn't affect that because it's a heading. Okay, so what is a text variable? Again, with the cheat sheet, variables, typography, font sizes. I think is text medium like normal? Oh, that's kind of big. So text small? Oh, it's not doing anything. So it's reverting because I didn't. There we go. Yeah, I figured text medium would be what I wanted. Yeah, okay. This is looking not terrible. We're going to have to add GSAP. Some point, or maybe even a smaller, simpler animation library to get that little fade up. Or I don't even think it was fading. Oh, it doesn't reset. It's not even that fancy. That's framer fancy. Is it fading? Or is it just moving? It is fading. Okay. Anywho. Let's add some more posts so this looks more like what we're trying to accomplish here. Ugh. Shouldn't I've used this before, haven't I? Shouldn't it be popping up? Oh, I never hit enter before, so none of those ever got. Oh, oh yes, our project icon. Don't forget to copy that. Paste that bad boy in there. All right. Actually, I think I might have a better way to do this. Apparently, I didn't actually type a title like I thought I did. Ay, ay, ay. Gutenberg, you're killing me, dude. Killing me. All right, we got that in there. Let's do one more. There it is. All right. So this is supposed to be snapshot, and this is brand experience design, saved. This one is case study and design. All right. Oh, yep, I forgot to give the Dropbox a featured image, and it is this guy. Those are, I mean, they are kind of big on 121 kilobytes. I should mushify these. Should also rename the file names. All right. This is auto grid, so it should go down to 1. Nice. All right. Next section is the weird one. I think this belongs to the section we just built. What do the other ones look like? Not at all like this one. Okay. Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. This is perfectly split in two, right? And then over here, we just have something on the far left. And then over here, we have far left and far right. So I'm going to put the div that I just dropped. I'm going to make that a flex div. I'm going to put two divs inside of it. In the left div, I'm going to just have flex start. And then in this div, I'm going to have space between. And that should give me exactly this layout. What does it look like on mobile? Ooh. It starts doing all sorts of stuff on mobile. Section header. Div. Text. Text and a heading. You know, I think it's possible. No, it's possible. I just to override a variable. What was I trying to override? Text light muted? I don't know how to do it. Do I just do that? And this, the new value of this variable is now this? Yeah, I think that worked. Don't think that worked. Kind of looks like it worked here. But here, it's still 80%. And here's 50%. Ooh. Oh. I'm not sure that's a bug, but what if can I do? There we go. Now it's working. All right. So now I don't have to copy and paste this. I can just keep using my variable like I normally would, which is what I'm going to do for this. What variable did I use before? I used text light, didn't I? Yeah, let's stay consistent. Text light. Let's stay consistent. Okay, so first of all, section header is display flex. I actually don't need to do because it's a flex div. Flex start is a default, so that one's fine. Header right, I need to do flex direction of row as well, and specify content space queen should force here we go, portfolio. Ooh, let's see here. Done this before. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? All right. Oh, it's a modifier, dummy. Ugh. This dot date. Dot date format. Yep, I had it backwards. Date format. 25? 2025. There we go. That was harder than it should have been. I guess I'm assuming I'm going to leave it there because let's assume that he's always keeping this up to date. And next year, when it's 2026, he's not going to be showing 2025, which maybe he's not because on January 1st, he's not going to have any projects to show. Whatever. I just did that to show you, my prospective employer, that I know how to do dynamic dates. There you go. We need to style this to look big and fat. So I'm just going to give it, I'm actually just going to give it the class of H1. This I'm going to actually make an H1. No. No, because it's not. It's an H2. But I'm actually going to give them both a class of H1, even though I'm going to leave it as an H2. I want it to be big and fat. This says feed. The down arrow. How are they doing the down arrow? See, they're not using proper icons or anything. I should probably center all of this. And they got a big old chunk of padding / margin / whatever you want to call it. Which I could just use gap on this container. It's actually pretty close. Topography, H1. Headings. Base. The base size for a heading is 20 pixels. I don't think I understand how headings work. What does that mean? For the record, I know how headings work. I don't know how headings in ACSS work yet fully. Because what I want is 80. That seems too big. If I save that, what does it look like on the front end? What do we got? Yeah, 189. And when it's 20, what does our H1 look like? 47. So there's some math involved. And I don't know what that math is. But that looks like what I want. Ish. It actually looks too big. Yeah, that's too big. $83. That's close. I'm going for 80. Going for 80, but 83, 34, 80. Look at that. Look at that. And look at how it scales. How it just magically scales like that. Isn't that pretty fantastic? What is it doing in the code? It's doing a big fancy clamp. Font size, H1. Yeah, look at that. Look at that math. Glad I didn't have to write that. All right, I got to stop putting it off. I got to figure out how to pull in a taxonomy. So I've actually done this before. But where have I done it? Oh, you know what? You know what? Actually, that's not what I want. I'm overthinking this. What I want, that's what I would do if I wanted to display posts of a certain term, which isn't what I'm doing. I just want to find the term and display the term. So I believe what I need is a services taxonomy. Okay. I think I might be way overthinking this. Because since each one of these projects they only seem to have one of each category. It can't be a case study and a snapshot. It's not going to be brand design and iconography, although I suppose that is possible in the real world. But as far as this website goes, there's only one of each. So I think this is an array. Yeah, Etch isn't going to do that. So I think what I need to do. Oh, yeah. It's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. If this still works, I did this before where I typed a custom loop in here. So right here, service wrap in loop. Posts, no. And this might be, let's see, we're calling it project. So project dot, go to my loop manager. What was it called? Well, it's called, yeah, it's just called service. No, it's called project. Yeah, it's just called service. This one's just called service. So project dot service as service, and then service dot name. I'm a genius. All I have to do is cut out all that dumb thinking from the video, and then I look like an absolute genius. All right. What's my other post type called again? Project type, I want to say. No, I want taxonomies. Project types. Yeah, there it is. Well, project type. So let's go back here. Same thing. Project type, wrap in loop. Project. No. Yeah. Dot project type. I'm just going to say as type. And then type dot name. Yes. Yes. All right. Okay. This is where I'm going to okay, where did I put it now? This is where I'm going to do the better method of displaying this dumb icon. I think it's going to be better. Put it inside the paragraph. First, I'll just do that. What happens up here? Anything? It wouldn't, because it would just be right inside there. So just do this manually. I can do things manually if type.name equals. Can I do this in Etch? Case study. If type.name equals case study. Aha. Aha. All right. Here we go. This is better than using a custom field, I think. That is just my opinion. Just one less thing I have to do later. I do this now, and then I never have to think about it again. Aha. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. That's right. I just did that. That just happened. Look at that. Case study snapshot. All right. Now let's go clean up our dirty work. Field groups. That was the only thing I even created a field group for. We'll keep. No, since this is just a silly project, I'm going to delete this. I would maybe keep it just in case I actually want to add some fields later, but I don't need this field group. I thought I needed it. I don't need it. There we go. Clean that up. I'm going to call this section done. It's not perfect because I don't know exact colors and whatnot. Or the font. What font is this? Is it that weird? No, it's Tekka. It's the same font. The weight. Think. Keep losing my pages. Where is it hiding? I legit lost that page. It's gone. Must have accidentally closed it. All right. Here it is again. Is that the right? Yeah, that doesn't look like the same at all, does it? KH Tech and Medium. Oh, medium. Font weight 400. Is that why? Because it's Tech and Medium, but I'm using. Oh. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. KH Tekka. Huh. It just looks too thick. If I don't do it, it's too thin. If I do it, it's too thick. I think it's because they're using KH Tekka Medium and I'm just using KH Tekka. That's what I'm going to say. That's my theory on that. Anywho, again, if this was a real Figma file, I would have actual fonts. So not going to worry about it. It is dynamicified. Look at that, folks. And auto-gridded. All right. If this next section takes me more than like 5 minutes to do, then I should not get hired for this fake job. Just going to say that. And if you don't remember what this section I'm talking about is, it's this one. Yeah. How do I want to do that? Probably just paragraphs, right? Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, but these are actually, no, we're gonna do it kind of fancy like, because do you recognize these words? Where did it go? These are well, it's not all of them. I thought this was these project types: brand experience design, brand design, product design, creative direction. So it's some of them, but not all of them, but also it's some that weren't up there. He calls it focus. Shucks. I was going to, I might still just to show off. Just to show off. Get out of here. Let's add another section. This one is called focus section. We have a container, which is a flex. And then I'm going to do flex. Is it lame to just name things? Focus left, focus right. You know what? Let's actually call this, we're going to call it the header. We're going to call this project. No, we're going to call this services, since it's a list of services. In here is literally just the word focus with a little arrow. And in here is, we're going to get fancy, but these are just texts. We'll call this brand experience for now. And that is it. Gimme classes. Gimme. Everything is white in here. So let's just say color. What did I say? Text light. I'm going to call this font size text medium. This, they look like our H2s, I think. Yep. Container. It's going to be flex direction. Row. All right. Easy peasy. Here we go. First of all, let's convert this to a list. Thought I could convert this to a list. Kevin, how do you do that? Oh, you have to do. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't want to make. Yeah, we'll do this. Convert to list. Services. Service. What do we call this? Focus section brand experience. Oh. Should have named that. I didn't. Forgot to name that properly before I auto bend. All right. What are we doing? Why is there a period in there? Oh, because it's a list. Okay. List item wrap in loop. Here we go. This is where we want to use this. This is totally why I created this earlier, because I knew that we were going to need to use it. Absolutely 100%. So we need the name. So we choose. Hello? Okay. Is it just not enough room to see what I want to see? Yep, there it is. It was hiding. Kevin, if you're watching, fix that, bruh. Services as service. And what's the magic? Service. Dot name. Hello. Bada bing. Bada boom. Save. Look at that. Look at that. So now that will just automatically display the list of his services. That section is done. Next section. This needs a new post type. What were we calling this? This was featured. Features. Will it get mad at me if I try to use the same word for the plural and singular? Because some words are like that, right? Some words have the same word for plural and singular. All right, do we need a taxonomy for this? No, we just need it. We literally just need a featured image, title, and content. Dunzo. Dunzo. Where did it go? Featured. Oh, Gutenberg, I hate you. Oh, no, actually, we were going to do this as the heading, right? Because this, wait, this is just an excerpt. This is just the first sentence in this content. All right. Do we have excerpts enabled for this post type? Is that a default? Nope. There we go. Okay. Here we go. And this is going to annoy me, so framer. Content. Excerpt. And which image are we using for this guy? It is here. Okay. Next one, like inspire. Whoa, did I screw up that excerpt just now? No, I didn't. Okay. And the image. Featured section. Bing, bang, boom. Except no, just need one. Inside here, image, title, text. Okay. Oh, we also need a little guy. How silly would it be? I'm sad that I haven't created a component. I mean, these could have been components. The thing is, turning those into components doesn't do anything for me in this build. It does something for me like later if I want to take a card like this and put it somewhere else. But it doesn't help me in this build. The site isn't really, there aren't really any opportunities to create useful components. That's sad. I could make this a component. Yeah, I'm not going to though. I'm going to copy this though. No, actually I'm not. All right. Let's get back down to here. Featured. That's just on top of everything. Did I already auto-bam? Oh, I haven't auto-bammed yet. All right, here we go. It's broken. Featured heading. Color. Text light. Font size. Text medium. All right. Dang it, I forgot to name that. Okay. Okay. Grid. Display. Grid. Grid. Or oh yeah, I need to duplicate it a couple times so I can see what it looks like. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4. I wonder if is grid gap so commonly used that it should just be part of display grid. Like if maybe there is, like if I added a class, maybe there's a grid variable that does some of that stuff, but I've never seen Kevin do that, so probably not. I always just see him do grid gap. All right, but these are all squares. Got to do this again. Look like a square to anybody else? Oh, it's probably not. Okay. What am I not understanding about this? Is that not the point of putting the image inside a figure? I mean, the grid should be keeping this card a certain size, right? Huh. I don't fully understand that at all. I feel like I've done this 100 times before, and this is not how it worked out. Grid template columns, grid auto 4. Oh, first of all, why does this say? Yeah, it helps to actually have 4 items when you're trying to see what a 4-item grid looks like. Okay. All right. There's not even any border radiuses. I feel like I picked a lame design to recreate. I'm being honest here. Is that's a variable I can use? Huh. So is that also one that I can use? Space small? Yeah. What about extra small? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. That looks better. Let's dynamicify. Nope, let's make this text actually the right color. The title. Oh, what was that color? Text light muted? Now, is that real or is that just giving me 0 gap because that variable doesn't exist? That variable doesn't exist. All right, now let's dynamicify this. Let's see. We want to grab this card, delete these other ones, wrap in a loop. We're going to use our post types loop, which I broke earlier. Post type. Still working. Okay. For this one, we want the post type of featured 1. I did create all 4, right? Featured Oh, duh. Featured and then count 4. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. As featured, I guess. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Uh. Uh. Done. The entire card is clickable, and I don't know the best way to do that. I know that Kevin doesn't like it when you just wrap the whole thing in a anchor tag. But other than, or at least I thought he said that. Thought he made some comment kind of making fun of that strategy. Other than using JavaScript or individually making each item clickable. Best way to do that. Seems to be some color overriding my color white. Okay, where it's not a button. It's using my button primary. It's using link color. We'll just override that for this little card. There we go. What is it even linking to? Oh, just linked to the home page. Oh, permalink, duh. Permalink, not URL. There we go. That's working. All right. I wonder why I'm getting that weird. Just because my computer is not the greatest computer in the world. It's been that weird kind of laggy stutter. Here we go. I think I'm done with the challenge. We created 3 sections. That I think that's what he wanted. 3 different sections that were right next to each other. And let's see if I can find. What do you guys think? We recreated. Oh, we can do some GSAP stuff. I don't know how long Kevin wants this video to be. What's actually a simpler I made a plugin for this. Hopefully it works. Worked last time I tested it. Actually, I should just do it on the page instead of globally. I think it was just the images that animated. Don't I need to add? Oh my gosh. I thought I had to add like data attributes or something to the HTML. Apparently not. What am I doing this to? The figure? I don't remember having to add whatever. Whatever, man. Just do what the robot says. Don't argue. Let's see. I wonder if I need to add a couple more cards. Why is duplicate not just a default feature? First of all, oh, I think I know why that's happening, actually. Nope. This has happened to me before, where aspect ratio just doesn't do anything. I don't know why. And it's probably some dumb flex thing. Look, I'm just doing something dumb. Also, it's only happening because I'm interviewing for a job. It looks fine in the builder. On the front end, it doesn't. And then these images just disappeared for some reason. Opacity 0. Because I added this to the wrong figure. This is not how I remember GSAP working. Because it's trying to... Let's not use GSAP. Let's use AOS or anime. Let's use AOS. It still wants to do that, huh? It wants to make it opacity 0. I don't really want to make it opacity 0. I just want it to move up. Yeah, AOS is what I'm used to. That's the data attributes. This is what I was expecting. There it is. That's exactly what I want. Now, if I could just figure out why aspect ratio doesn't mean anything. Oh, no, I am using it. What am I clicking on up here? Figure. Oh, that's all the AOS stuff. Okay. Aspect ratio 16:9. Fails if parent has no height. Well, I don't want to give it a height. Bruh, I don't wanna. Project card has to have a height. What if, does it have to be a specific height or does it just need something? Something tells me that's not going to work. No. Okay. What if I say height 300 pixels? Yeah. Nope. That's doing weird stuff. Yeah, that is just weird. That doesn't need a height. Yeah, that breaks it. And it's making it a square instead of 16:9 anyways. Oh no, it's doing 16:9, but it's doing cover. But now it's covering stuff up like it's as if it's like position absolute. Is this a weird grid thing? First card looks great. Second card looks great. This is covering stuff up though. Why? Okay, I thought overflow clip was the preferred method. Maybe not. Is that literally my whole problem? I tried to use clip and I should be using hidden. Did somebody lie to me or am I remembering incorrectly? I must be remembering incorrectly. Okay, cool. Cool. Look at that little fade up action. I think that kind of matches what we got going on over here. It's just the images fading up. The rest doesn't fade. Yeah, anything down here fade? No fade there. Ooh, these He's faded, but like they zoomed. They zoomed. Did some kind of weird zoomy thing. Let's try it. Let's try it. On, I want to say just the image instead of the figure. I can't really explain why I think that's what I want to do, but that's what I'm doing. That is not the effect that we're going for. How did they do that? Any chance? Is there any chance there's actually a clue in this garbage code? Is this even using? We'll never know. We'll never know what it's using. I mean, there's no AOS data attributes. Style equals will change, transform perspective. Perspective? Oh, GSAP can do it. What is all this stuff? Let's try it. Looks like it's trying to do some custom stuff. Why the heck not? Let's try it. This project has gone too well so far, so we need something to just suck. So this needs to go on the image up here. I don't think so, because that's trying to make it like, yeah, and that didn't really change anything at all. It's the same. I'm not familiar with. Okay. Feel good about this one. Feel good about this one. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. That is what I'm looking for, yo. Yes. Yes, there's no way. There's no way Kevin's going to actually watch all these videos. I think he's just doing this for our benefit. I think he even said he's just going to pick someone at random. I think he actually explicitly said that. But forget Kevin. This video is for you guys. For my YouTube channel. This is for content. I'm doing this for content and practice and to try to get a fake job. I am applying for real jobs. So maybe this is good practice for me. But yeah, I think I'm going to call this good. I even managed to get in some animations. I'm going to slow this one down as well because I think the one on the website was a little slower. But it looks pretty good. Didn't get a chance to make any components. You guys have watched me make components before, so maybe that's not a big deal. You got to see me do some animations. Clearly don't know how to use GSAP. I have used AOS before, though. And I believe it's pretty good on mobile, too. Animations could probably, I don't know, should they be on top of the text? Oh, yeah, it looks fine. Is it just on mobile where it kind of things are overlapping each other? Yeah. I would, on a real project, I would maybe try to address that issue. It's really only an issue for the ones that you can see when the page loads. And then after that, things load in just fine. Which this wouldn't be a problem because there's supposed to be a whole other section above it. So if I had built this section, then it wouldn't be a problem. You would scroll and it would look just like this. So I'm going to call this a win still. Yeah, this looks fine on mobile. And these look fine on mobile. Thank you. AutoGrid, automatic CSS. Love it. Love it. All right, that's it. Hopefully I get the job. You guys let me know. Would you hire me? Would you hire me to build a website? I don't know. I think I did a pretty good job of recreating that design. Took me a little longer than I would have liked it to. I don't even remember why. I struggled with a couple things. Taxonomies. I haven't done a lot of taxonomy loops, and I was way overthinking it. And I finally realized the solution was incredibly simple. But I don't know, three sections in one video. That's not terrible. If I was doing this in Elementor, I'd still be working on this part, probably trying to figure out how to align things properly. Yeah, that's it. That's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I get the fake job. And yeah, let me know if you would hire me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.